going on, guys? I'm Sugar Bear.
I'm Molly.
Yeah, 1047 The Drop Community Corner. This is an extension of that. We are in the community, man. Small businesses making an impact, doing great things, and making good food. Today we got Chef Scott. What's up, man?
What's up, brother?
How you doing, man?
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Pleased to meet you. Thank you, man. We are at the Jerk Pit Smokehouse. Really cool place. Now, you got a lot of roots here.
Oh, yeah, a lot of roots. We've had a lot of roots in the city here. This is been here now since 2004.
Okay.
So, and in that time, we've opened 5 restaurants in Denver. One right outside of Boulder, and the other 4, one at 32nd and Lowell, downtown, and we've had 2 in the Highlands. And this is our 6th one now, which is in Lowhigh. The food brings people together, and like I said, if you don't like what you're doing, I mean, you're in the food business, you're in the hospitality business, you're bringing people together, You're sharing flavors, you're sharing experiences, but you're creating experiences as well.
Yes.
So our restaurants have been a combination of doing all of those, where people are actually come to our place. Conversation is one thing we love to have, and on top of that, it's great food. You know, but the food is only as good as the guests, is what I always say.
I like that. Can't wait to taste some of this too.
You got it.
So why is this restaurant?
Yeah.
Well, I have all my restaurants, with the exception of one, have been Jamaican and Caribbean. The other one that wasn't was Southern. My background is pretty much, I'm half Italian from Boston. That's where we come with the pizza.
Okay.
I started cooking when I was like 6 years old, Italian grandmother. Food to me was always the way that the fellas always came together. You know, we'd be sitting there having, you know, at the time we were drinking malt liquor and anything else, but I was in the kitchen making sauce. You know, so at the age of 18, I was fortunate to be introduced to the country of Jamaica, where by a very good friend whose family is very well established. So from there, I learned jerk in Port Antonio, and I fell in love. So from that point on, what I was able to do was really take my Italian background, my African-American background, and the Caribbean Jamaican background, and create different flavors. All of my restaurants, I think I've shared with you, big Caribbean, except for one, which is Southern. So what this really is really a collaboration of a lot of history, a lot of traveling, and a lot of recipes to just bring good, flavorful food to Denver.
Love that. Okay, let's get to the food, man, because we're hungry. You got to explain, like, open this up, each one, and tell us exactly what we got here.
You got it. Like, so this is traditional. This is your smoked jerk chicken. That's why you see that rich, dark flavor. That's with the jerk sauce. We marinate it for overnight, and then we slowly smoke it with a combination of woods, which gives a flavor like pimento. Pimento is what it's normally cooked with, pimento wood in Jamaica, so it gives that sweet wood flavor.
Ooh.
And obviously with that, you get the spice from the Scotch bonnet peppers that we use in our jerk sauce that we get flown in from Jamaica. And also, you know, where you come with the rich traditional, you have the collard greens, which, as we know, is like Nike sneakers in the hood. Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, and then our traditional Louisiana beans and rice, which is red beans, shrimp, you know, some andouille sausage, which is topped with rice. So this is one of our favorite dishes. Gives a lot of flavor. It really gives you what the actual jerk is all about.
Got you. Okay, and then what's next?
Now, next what we have is this is our seafood okra gumbo, which is combination of okra. We have shrimp, andouille sausage, a lot of Louisiana seasoning. This is one of the dishes from one of my chefs that I really fell in love with. So I let her put it on the menu, and we top it with rice. So this really gives you that really traditional New Orleans Creole flavor.
Is it spicy?
It's not spicy, but it has a nice bite to it. One of the things that I like to do is, you know, the word spicy, I'd like to call my flavors roller coaster. So really what it does, it really takes you for a ride with all the flavors. You never burn your palate, because if you burn someone's palate, there's no flavor. You can't taste anything.
Got it.
So for those who don't like spicy, it gives you a chance to sort of take the roller coaster ride to the top, and then it brings you back down, but it doesn't leave a burn in your mouth. So I try to do that. Now, if you want to really, you know, heat it up, we can heat it up.
Yeah. I like that analogy, though. Let's go on a roller coaster.
You know, but I like to sort of blend a lot of different flavors and just sort of take you on a little bit of a ride.
Got it. Okay.
Now, this is traditional. This goes back to my grandmother's recipe for her sauce, which is I don't know, it's been in my family, man, wow.
Wow.
Long time, coming from Calabria, Italy is where my family's from. So this has a rich flavor in the sauce. To me, the sauce is what it's all about. Because when you're eating it, you have the traditional pepperoni. You don't want to overdo it with the pepperoni. And you have a nice cheese. But what you really want to do is that flavor from the sauce to where it's almost like I said before, it's a pie. Okay, so you're not really eating a pizza.
Not pizza.
You're eating a pie. All right, so this really takes my grandmother's recipes and all my family's recipe and making a really, really good pizza. And we also do this with jerk chicken. We do it with brisket. We have signature pizzas that really identify some of the people in the community that have done a lot. And each one of our pies is named after a certain person. One of them is the Regent pie, which is obviously after my wife, Wyandot James, who's one of the CEO
Respect
regents.
to her.
Exactly.
Yes.
And her pie we put smoked pork on it, jerk pork, we put pineapple. So it has a little bit of sweet flavor with some peppers on it, just like my wife.
So we were wondering, because you're a smokehouse, do you smoke the pizza?
Yeah.
No. But it has a little bit of a hint of smoke because some of the oven our pizza oven, I sort of, what I like to say, massage my pizza oven with some smoked wood. So it gives a little bit of a flavor. But you won't really capture that in it. You'll just sort of feel it in the blend of all the foods and the flavors together.
Cool.
Okay. All right, now what's next? What we got?
Oh, let's see. Curtain number 2.
Yeah.
Let's make a deal.
Or 3.
So this is our brisket, and our brisket, as everyone loves, I smoke about 12 to 16 hours. It's a really flavorful brisket. This one right here, and each one comes with different sides. This is some of our favorite sides, which is the curry potato salad and the curry pineapple slaw. Once again, Jamaican curry, which has a sweetness of the allspice. The brisket is very tender and flavorful. And it falls right off the bone. It doesn't fall off the bone.
I mean, melt in your mouth.
Melts in your mouth, not in your hands. Okay, but it's one of our favorites that people come in for is our smoked brisket.
Now, curry is a big part of Jamaican cooking in a lot of ways.
It's a big part of Jamaican cooking, and once again, the flavors. And I use Jamaica a lot, and you have many of the islands, but Jamaica is very distinctive. In terms of flavors, allspice, Scotch bonnet, a lot of those are grown in Jamaica, so you're really getting a lot of flavor from the soil that you can only find in Jamaica.
Oh, interesting.
And I always sort of compare it to Kona coffee in Hawaii, where the reason why you get that richness is because of the lava. Okay, the beans being grown, so you get that really rich, I like to call it that, flavor in that coffee.
Is that why you bring your peppers in from Jamaica, not just grow them in the backyard?
Exactly. You can't grow. I mean, I couldn't grow enough of them if I tried. And also, everyone substitute peppers. Some people use the habanero. I only use Scotch bonnet for one reason, because there is a distinct flavor with Jamaican products, especially with the Scotch bonnet peppers, or Scotch bonnet peppers, however you want to call it.
Scotch bonnet. Okay, okay. That's what I'm trying to picture it in my head, but it's Scotch bonnet. It looks like it's bonnet.
Yeah, but some people say bonnet, some people say Scotch bonnet. I don't want no Rasta, some Jamaican calling me the next day.
You don't want nobody all in your face. Yeah.
Man, call the wrong man. At the end of the day, though, they have a very distinct flavor, unlike any other flavor. So I try to make sure that is. We always use Scotch bonnet peppers in all of our jerk sauces.
Gotcha.
In our recipes.
Last but not least,
now this one here, these are our smoked ribs. Okay, and you can smell it.
I mean,
okay.
Look how golden that looks.
And one of the things is we smoke. We're not a barbecue joint. What I mean by that, we're not throwing things directly on the grill. We smoke most of our meats with different types of woods, because it's a blend. Each one has a different blend of woods. Okay, and what smoking does, it keeps the meat juicy, but you're getting the flavor of the smoke from the wood, but it's not too much. It's not too pungent. That's the whole thing. So it's not a matter of cooking them. It's a matter of slow cooking them with different woods, which brings out the flavors in the meat. And as a result, all the sauces and everything else kicks in. And on this one, same thing, the old traditional collard greens. And we have, which we call dirty beans, which is sort of like, being from Boston, so they're like Boston baked beans, but we put a little bit of a kick in them. Okay,
this sauce that's on here, is that a jerk sauce? Is that your own sauce you make? Together?
Yeah, every sauce we make, we make from scratch.
Love it.
Okay, I mean, you didn't have to.
You got to. Right, and you can not buy nothing from the bottom of the store.
Well, I also believe this, in all of my recipes, there are similar spices. So if you're having the pizza, for instance, or you're having the ribs, or you're having the even the brisket, we use a lot of similar spices, and what that does is it allows all the flavors, regardless of what dishes you're doing, they come together.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're always getting what I like to say, Christmas in your mouth when you're eating at our place. Santa's here all the time. Let's try to say that.
And Christmas is on the way. So
Christmas is on the way.
Chef Scott, talk about what it feels like to be able to feed the community. You know, you've been out here for a while. You know this community. You know the political climate right now. There's a lot going on, but a gathering place like this, where you are here, and food can bring people together. So talk about that a little bit.
Well, I don't have to. You just did. I mean, you did all the talking for me. I mean, basically, that's really what it's all about. You know, all of our restaurants, and one of the reasons why I really wanted to do this restaurant was when we closed Jezebel's about 6 years ago. Jezebel's was a place for professionals, politicians, political people, sports people. We had a place, you know, people of color, we had a place where we could come and we could sit there and we could have some hard conversation. We could have some fun conversation. We could talk to dozens.
Yeah,
you know,
talk a little crazy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And all of our restaurants have been able to do that, to where there are kids now coming into my restaurant here that came to my last restaurant. So there were 6. Now I'm seeing them at 16, 17, and 18. Wow. Same thing with a lot of our guests. But the thing that really knows that I nailed it was everyone that said thank you. And I said, for what? You know, I said, for the food? I mean, you guys taste my food. They said, no, we got a place in it, you know, where we can go and have, especially times like this. You know, where there's a place where everyone looks like you, or, you know, or you can have a hard conversation and get positive feedback. So for me, what it's really been a matter of giving people a place again to come in, enjoy good food. And I miss the conversations. And I mean, sometimes that bar is steamed up with the conversation. And you're right. Today's world, it's not a matter of having easy conversation. There's a lot of tough, hard conversations we need to have. And as people of color, especially here in Denver, okay, we know that we lack those spots. And how do I know that? Because I was the first downtown, and I was the first in the Highlands, and I was the first in outside of Boulder doing the restaurants. And being the first sounds cool, but it's not. So I shouldn't be the first. Okay.
I love that.
So this brings it all back together, and once again, it's also giving young chefs and women that I'm trying to recruit to come in and work for us, and you know, see what it's all about and learn more about the hospitality space.
Nice.
So you were talking about being the first at all of these places. Did you pick them intentionally, or did it just happen that way?
Business-wise, I picked them in Denver. When we started this back in 2006, our first restaurant, Denver was a little different. You know, it was a growing city.
Yeah.
Those times have changed. So we've been fortunate, some of our locations. You know, first 32nd and Lowell, we were at 16th and Blake, 32nd in Tejon, and now I'm at 32nd and Wyandot Street. And I live right behind there. My dispensary is a block away. So we've been fortunate to have a lot of our businesses within, in our own neighboring community, which goes back to your point. We're able to do more for the community and be a voice in a place for the community where people know us.
I love that. This food is incredible. We can't wait to taste this, dig in, and what you're doing here is amazing, man. So we wanted to highlight you. So thank you for what you do.
You got it. And if I could, the address is 3210 Wyandot Street, Wyandot, however you pronounce it, Street, 80211 in the Highlands, Low-High specifically. And our website is jerkpitsmokehouse.com. So come join us, be part of it. As you can see, you come in just like the Jerk Pit down in Jamaica. You place your order. We give you in a nice container. You sit down. You grab a mojito.
That's right.
Dirty mojito or a red stripe.
Dirty mojito.
Then you enjoy, and we get to know you better.
There it is. Thank you. Community Corner, Chef Scott, Jerk Pit Smokehouse. 104.7 Drop.
Respect.